What's up everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on Lexalexus. Today it is the return of the Championship Fantasy videos. I'm really excited to start fantasy football again. It's been way too long since I've made a fantasy league team. I'll see if I can actually come to this league a little bit more seriously than I have done in previous years. Maybe not due to the time restraints, but I'm definitely going to get a really solid team right at the start of this season, and I really do want to try and compete as well. So we did have a big competition last season as well. Didn't manage to get any prizes unfortunately for the season, but I'm hoping potentially with a little bit more revenue we will be able to generate some proper prizes for this year. So in this video I'm going to reveal to you my team as of now going into the new season, and I'll reveal to you guys the code to join the new Lexalexus Football Championship Gaffr League of 2022. If you guys like what you see, please give the video a like. It does tremendously help the channel. Please do hit the subscribe button. It really helps the growth of this channel as well. Please also share this channel as well. All of that really helps the channel. But without any further ado, let's reveal my opening team for the Gaffr Fantasy League of 2022. We start off today with the goalkeepers with 100 budget left. So let's start one by one. So goalkeepers, the most expensive ones being a 6.5 rating. I like to pick one goalkeeper, which is, you know, the most expensive one. They tend to be the most reliable ones with penalties or points and clean sheets and that. I mean, I could really pick either one of these, but as of right now, I've got a funny feeling about Res Fotheringham. I think he'll be heavily featured for Sheffield United next year, and I think Sheffield United have got a really good back line. They tend to be a team that are very well defensively organised, so I generally think that they will be alright there. But it really could either be Krul, Bilkowski, maybe even Gunn could even be in the competition there as well. But for me, maybe Fotheringham at the moment, but I'm open to change there. Batman's also a good suggestion there. Nichols a great suggestion. Woodman may even be a good suggestion in Preston. Now in terms of the second goalkeeper, I'm going to go for someone that's a little bit less expensive, but I definitely think will be featured quite a fair bit, and that is Ruddy. I think he'll be heavily featured for Birmingham for their goalkeeping role, and I got to say, this is a goalkeeper who has been promoted out of the Championship with Wolves and with Norwich, so he's got a good experience of actually having great goalkeeping performances to take his teams to the top. So maybe Ruddy could surprise us, and I gotta say, great value for 4.5. We've only used 11 of our budget as of now. So now we're gonna go with our defense. So obviously we have got 5 positions to fill. So depending on what formation we have, you could use 4 of them. You can maybe even use only 3 of them, maybe even 5. Depends what formation you like. For me, I'm immediately looking at Max Aarons. I definitely think he's going to be very crucial this season in terms of scoring points. Another hard-hitting defender I'm going to get as well is Isaiah Jones. I think both of them will be fantastic options. Both will be darting down the right-hand side, getting into the penalty box, getting a lot of crosses in, and both could get a lot of goal contributions next year. Now, in terms of the rest of the areas, I am wary that I've nearly used a quarter of my budget already, so I may go a little bit cheaper next, so I'll see who we can see here. There's one player I actually thought of, and I did manage to find him there, and that is Panzo for Coventry. Maybe a bit of a wild card, potentially one that might not even start every game with Coventry, but I tell you what, for what I saw in pre-season, he's looking really good so far. He might be one I might be open to change, you know, a bit closer to the season, but as of now, I've been really impressed with him so far. But I'm just still constantly looking back and forth. And in fact, one I'm really interested in is Harry Darling. I think he'll be featured a lot for Swansea as well. Both in the relatively cheap side, we've still got over 2/3 of our budget left as well. We've only got one defender left to pick. Ooh, we've got some choices now. Okay, and I'll tell you what, I think going back to this page was great. I'm actually going to go Tom Lockyer. Really could have been anyone in that position there, but for me, out of all of them, I think Lockyer will be featured. Very reliable with the back. I think, I've got to say, all things considered, that's a really decent back line. and still has 60 million on midfield and attack is really good. You've got to remember the defence is substantially cheaper than the attack. So let's go for the midfield first, and immediately one player jumps out, and it's not Israel, it's not Jed Wallace, it's actually Maxwell Cornet. If he stays at Burnley, he's going in my team. I think he could really rip the league apart if he does stay. You know, he was someone who I heavily rated in the Premier League, let alone what he's going to be like in the Championship. It's almost scary for what I think he could do in a Championship level. Rashi is a 9.5, which I'm a bit surprised Rashi is that high. I'll tell you what, Cantwell is a good pick there. Cantwell's always a good option in the Championship. I think he's always a very reliable player. We'll look for a couple more, maybe in a little bit of the cheaper side. 7 million now. They're alright picks. But for me, I'm still thinking about Middlesbrough. And I think, Crooks or Watmore now? I'm going to go with Matt Crooks actually first. But he and Watmore are this close. I may think Watmore closer to the day, but as of now, maybe for goal contributions, I'll go with Matt Crooks. But same value there, 6.5. I'm definitely going to invest in one of them. I think they'll be very, very reliable when they will be called upon there. So we've got two more midfielders left. We haven't got a lot left actually. I feel like with 37 million, I definitely want to make sure we get our attack done. Let's just see if there's anyone else there. I tell you who might be decent actually. He may be a backup centre mid I'll use, but Tom Cleverley in the Championship he is very, very efficient actually. And for 6 million, I think it's alright. Right, so to have 31 million, realistically, the lowest value centre midfielder I think is 4.5. So if I take away 4.5 in my head, that is 26.5 budget left with the front three. Right, got to be a bit careful with that then. In fact, that's not too bad to be honest actually. I think Timo Pukki will be one for sure, 11.5 million. I think that's a really good option. João Pedro, God, I'm excited to see him back in the Championship. I tell you one cheap one that might be good. Ooh, I'm thinking Joe Piero or Victor Gyökeres. I'm going to go Gyökeres for now, actually. I think Gyökeres could be decent if he stays at Coventry. We've still got 11.5 million across these two players here. This is when things get a little bit tricky. I'll tell you this. If the lowest I can go is 4.5, I can afford a 7 million striker. And Harry Cornick definitely is a really reliable striker for that. So we've got Harry Cornick there. And then 4.5 left. So if we go right to the end of the midfielders, not the defenders, Alex. Let's go to 4.5 and see who they've got. Is there anyone decent there? I tell you what, he may not start every game, but Henry Lansbury, a bit similar to Tom Cleverley, a really experienced player who I think can play well in the centre midfielder position. So we've got 3 Luton players, 1 Swansea player, 3 Norwich players, 2 Middlesbrough players, 2 Coventry players, 1 Sheffield United player, 1 Burnley player, 1 Birmingham player there, and 1 Watford player. That's, I gotta say, I'm quite happy with that. So that has just been saved right now. So that is my team as of now. They'll be going into game week 1. Not many of them have to play against each other really. You know, we've got, for instance, Sheffield United who've got Watford. I mean, those two I think are probably going to be the only clash. Swansea have got Rotherham there. Jones and Crooks have got West Brom. We don't have a West Brom player. We've got a Huddersfield clash there, and then we've got a Sunderland clash, and then the Cardiff clash. You know, so I think I've done quite well, to be fair, to actually have players that are not facing each other, with the exception of Cleverley and Fotheringham. Now, to finally end the video, I'm going to show you guys the code. So, the Lexalexus Football League 2022 is officially open. On the screen right here is the code. In case you cannot see it, I'll also put it in the comments and the description down below as well. But guys, this is it. The league is now open. You guys can enter. You guys can make your teams as well. And I can see how many of you have done a much better team than me. But this is the exciting part of Fantasy League. I'm really excited. It's officially back. If you guys like what you see, please give the video a like and just remember to the channel. Please do hit the subscribe button if you've not done so. It really, really does help the growth of this channel. And please also share this channel too. We're doing alright with subscribers at the moment. So guys, Please continue to show that support. That really does help the growth of this channel. All I can say, let the best football fan win. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary. We're at the end of this video. As always, I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.